Hello. This bucket was part of a stack of buckets that I've had in my garden now since September of last year. This has been on a stack of buckets for about 6 months. All the autumn months and all the winter months. This is winter composting. This is from the smallest compost pile in the world. I think I've already said on a number of occasions, well, if you're a follower of my videos you know I have, but if you're not, I'm fairly sure I've said this, but the chop and drop on here slowly but surely disappearing into this bucket. The worms are taking it down, the weather's pushing it down. This must put a lot of goodness into the soil in this bucket. That's how much there is left on top now, as you can see. Not a lot. I think this bucket has been at least had a 4-inch covering on it twice within those 6 months, and that's what's left of it. So there's only one place it can have gone, that's in that bucket. And I've already had people suggest to me in my comments on previous videos that if this is so good, why do we then add fertilizer to the soil when we put this bucket and this soil back into action? Why do we do that? Well, I think it's belt and braces really. I think we know that this will have done good, but we just don't know how much good it's done. And so we add fertilizer just to be on the safe side. But hey, what if this stuff is all we need? What if we don't need fertilizer? Boy, that would make a saving, wouldn't it? If we weren't buying fertilizer, if all we needed was this winter chop and drop, if that gave us a good result. Okay, well there's only one way to find out, isn't it? There is only one way to find out. Let's give this guy a go without fertilizer. Let's plant something in it. Let's just turn it out, mix it up. We'll mix this chop and drop into there, pop it back in the pot, and we'll plant a potato. And we won't add any fertilizer at all. And let's see what we get. Sounds good to me. Anyway, I'm doing it. Well, that's always a good sign, isn't it? We've got worms, we've got life. Yeah, we've got a few worms. I don't know if you're picking them up, but I am. Both physically and visually. Yeah, there are worms in there, look. That is, oh yeah it is, I thought it wasn't one. There's a worm. Spot one down there. There's a worm. Another worm. Another worm. Another worm. Another worm. Look, we shot through with worms. This is good tackle, believe me. This is good tackle. Okay, so we're not going to add any fertilizer to this pot at all. We're just going to go with last year's soil, which either grew potatoes or carrots or leeks, whatever. It grew something last year. It's overwintered in that pot with chop and drop on it, and now we're going to put it back into action again. It's ready to go. Come on! Okay, 10-inch water bucket. Let's do this. That's got to be 2 inches, hasn't it? Let's take these off for a minute. We'll pop them back on again when we fill the pot. Pop bottle. Remember, you saw this first at Homegrown Veg. Nobody else is doing this. Not yet they aren't, but there will be once they've watched this video. Pop bottle. This potato is a potato called Winston. It's one that I grew last year and I set it aside. I've written on the back of the ticket, no fertilizer. Let's hope we don't lose this bucket because there are lots of them. How's that? Do you like that root ball? Now it's we haven't quite got into spring here yet at homegrown veg. That goes over there. Let me show you. No. Yeah, let me show you that. Can you see that? It's sitting in there. Right. Pop bottle goes over it. We're still not in the summer months yet here at homegrown veg, so we've actually jumped the gun a bit with this. But what I'm hoping to do is to keep this guy in the garage for a week or two, and then as the weather picks up, as we move into spring, this pot will be moved into the greenhouse. Okay. If you haven't seen this before, I know it looks brutal, but trust me, it isn't. Well, in fact, you don't have to trust me. If you look at some of my previous videos, you'll see that it isn't. Hey, no fertilizer. Boy, if this gives me a good result, I'll be really chuffed. I will. Well, imagine if you're not having to buy fertilizer every year. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Voila! Throw that down the garden, pick it up later. Can you see that guy nestling in the bottom? Maybe not. Well, we'll see you in 10 days' time. There he's gone. Okay, all I've got to do now is put that ticket in that says no fertilizer, and in however many weeks it takes, we'll empty this bucket out and we'll see how well this potato's done without the need for fertilizer. Hello, this is a potato called Winston. It was a set aside potato that I grew last year. It's been given a fast start and it's been transplanted into this 10-inch water bucket, and it's grown in this water bucket now for about 13 or 14 weeks. The leaves are a bit insipid now, they're losing the colour, they're going yellow near the bottom. Winston's already flowered. I hope you can see this. This is the flower stem. The flowers have disappeared, so Winston's ready to be harvested. So let's do it. Okay, let's take Winston. Take this weed as well, shall we? Leave those there, Moll. Let me put these down here. There's no potatoes on there, Moll. They're all in this bucket, if there are any. Right. Let's see what we've got. Well, I can see a couple of whoppers. I don't think you can. I'm going to try and turn this round so that they come round to the camera side. I don't know if this will work. And there should be one about there and one about there. Oh yeah, pulled it off, Mom. We pulled it off, didn't we? How about that guy? It's a nice potato, isn't it? And this one here. Mind you, we want a few more than that, but that's a good start, isn't it, Mo? Where shall we put these? We'll leave these here. Don't be surprised if Molly walks around that side of the barrow. If that's where I'm putting the potatoes. And we'll break out this soil ball. Oh, hello. How do you like that? Now, I'm quite pleased actually that none of these potatoes have splits in them so far, because I've recently oh, look at that one. There, Mo. That one's for you. Yes, it is. I've recently emptied a bucket of potatoes, and they were Winston, and there were 2 or 3 in there that had big splits in them. You may have seen that video. I put a video up a few days ago showing you that, and I was a wee bit worried that we might have the same again here, but no, we seem to have done okay. And I think that's because this pot is definitely wetter than that previous pot. Definitely. Okay, leave those there. Bring this back here. Now remember, this is only a 10-inch water bucket, so it's about half the size of a 5-gallon bucket, and there's only 1 seed potato put in here. Let's check out what we've got. How's that? And all those are edible. All those are good potatoes. Should we take them indoors and weigh them? Should we? Yeah, come on, Mo. We'll take them indoors and we'll weigh them. I'm going for, what are you going for there, Molly? What do you reckon? 3/4 of a pound? That's my guess. Come on, let's go indoors and weigh them. Come on. Let's weigh these potatoes, and I think I can safely say that all these potatoes will be eaten before this video is posted on YouTube. How about that? Don't get any fresher, do they? These guys will be in the pan tonight. What have we got, Molly? Let's have a look. Oh, we're happy with that. What did we guessed 3/4 of a pound, and we got it right, didn't we? Yep. So that's 3/4 of a pound of potatoes from 1 set aside potato grown in a 10-inch water bucket. I hope you've enjoyed this video. This is Homegrown Veg, signing out.